Everything is absolutely structured, and this is something that a lot of them don't talk about, but they should. If the appraisal's in this guy's office, who's paying the appraiser?
He is.
He is. He will absorb all of those costs in the legal file, and the insured will not be out a single penny, whether they're successful or not. Right? It will come from there. If the umpire is needed, he will pay half of the umpire fee. Now, there's very rare cases where something like that happens. The appraisal is absolutely one of them because it is in litigation. The judge has demanded, hey, this is inside of the policy. The policy says that y'all have to go to appraisal. There must be a hall right there. And y'all go to appraisal, but it's all being done under the color of law. It's all being controlled. I do appraisals for him inside of litigation. If the litigation comes, then I will do them. I don't want to do them out here in the Wild West. Why? Because I have a license that gives me a massive amount of control when I do them in a PA deal. What happens to that authority and control when I go to appraisal? I have none. I'm at the whim of two guys that may, the umpire may want to split the baby. The staff or IA or whoever the opposing appraiser for the carrier is may want to keep that stream of income that he's got coming. So he's certainly not going to write an estimate that would go against, even though he knows what it is. Worst damn thing is they always say, well, I'm a builder. Well, you know why you're having to do building and appraisal both? Because you don't know how to fucking charge on either one of them. Yeah. Or you could pick like us, do one thing and do it really, really well. Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying go to suit before appraisal?
Yes.
Well,
Appraisal is binding.
Hold on. If it's appropriate.
Right.
If you as a PA have done your job and their answer is to go to an appraisal, it's too late for appraisal. You're going to get sued. You're going to get a final demand, which will be provided inside of the documents that Melanie showed you how that's done. You'll get a final demand that tells you, hey, you got 72 hours, you should get off the pot. If you don't, then you're going to get sued. And me, I'm going to go to the next claim. And if the attorneys and the judge decide that your request for appraisal is appropriate, then that's on them and they do whatever they need to do. But we're going to keep moving forward.
And so there's certain attorneys that will take a case, sign it up, and then they dump it into appraisal, right? That's their preferred method.
Hate that.
We're not talking about that. So
we're not doing that shit.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take a case and I'm going to file suit and we intend to litigate that case. If during the course of that, the insurance company invokes appraisal, we're going to have what's called motion practice back and forth. I'm going to respond to the judge and say, I don't think it's appropriate for these reasons. We have coverage disputes, we have other things that are not going to get resolved through this appraisal process. Sometimes the judge will, after that hearing, will say, you're right, no need to go to appraisal, or they already waived their right to appraisal, and we're not going to make you do that. Sometimes the judge will say, well, go ahead and go through appraisal. It can go through appraisal and get a dollar value while we continue to litigate these coverage issues and these other things going on. So if I'm forced to, that's something I'll pursue, but that's not a preferred method. It's not something we're going to do. I don't like appraisal. Even through litigation, it's a lot more safeguards and protections than the Wild West when you're not in litigation, but it's still not my preferred method to resolve a claim. That's not what we're going to do.
Well, because when it is actually going through appraisal, you only have 20 days to choose the appraiser, period. So if in those 20 days, if you've done your job, you've submitted SPOL, you've fulfilled the contractual obligations under the policy, he needs to get it because he can then make sure it's protected, because time and time again, we all see awards. Those awards don't get paid. If they don't get paid, he then has other legalities that you can go after because they breach that, and he can make sure that that award does get paid. But there's a time and time and time again that they'll tell him to gut the house. One in Louisiana, she got an appraisal. Well, that's a whole nother story, but she got an appraisal and they told her go ahead and gut the house. She gutted the house. It was a rental. They came back after appraisal, $15,000. But then they never paid it.
Card?
So it doesn't matter about any of that. So the second that they went to appraisal, she did what they said to do. And when she actually got done with it, when she actually got done with it, she was still up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Like literally, she had no protection. She had no anything. And this is also Louisiana, which is the wild, wild west to PA in. If you're not seasoned, I do not advise going to Louisiana. Just saying.
It's about control.